Um, that's my bad. Totally my bad. Let's see how long it takes for anybody to get in here. Jeez Louise. Anybody here? Oh, Anthony James is here, says thanks. Thank Jeebus. My goodness gracious. So dumb. So dumb. Whoops. Yeah, I pressed end. I was trying to exit out of my phone camera and I pressed end stream on my phone and it did just that. That was my bad. That was totally my bad. If anybody wants to put in the other streams chat the link to this one, that'd be awesome because I fudged that up terribly. It's like I haven't been doing this for 6 years. Ay, ay, ay. Welcome back. Whoops. Kicking stuff over. Yeah, so now you see my mess. You saw my mess. Friggin' Cody did it. We're back. That was link is. Oh, thank you, Adriana. I appreciate that. Adriana, can you drop your link again with the info in chat so I can pin your live stream on Sunday in the chat? I'm super sorry. That was my bad. I ended the stream from my phone, and like I said, it's totally my bad. Yes, I am. I am new to Whiskey Tubes and live streams. Turns out, though, I'm no longer behind on chat. Now I'm caught up. I'm caught up so hard. I don't want to put user in timeout. I want to pin her comment. Jeez. We'll get back into it in a second. Once people make their way back over to the new stream. Super sorry about that. That is my bad. Obviously my bad. Just try to show you my mess, and I made a mess of my live stream trying to show you my mess, which brings me to the point about my phone, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Don't let me forget. View channel, which is my channel. Then, oh, yep, there it is. Oh, we're live. Good to see. What is the phone story? Yeah, I'll tell you in a second, Mom. I want to pin there. Adriana, your fundraiser comment is pinned. Like I said before, if anybody isn't doing super important things Sunday evening, make sure you visit Adriana as she raises money to fight Alzheimer's on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Whiskey Mountains channel. I know, Michael, it's dumb. It's dumb. I frothed the heck out of it, Brian. I frothed the heck out of it. 84 people? Oh, man, did I lose half the people if my math was bad. So, what's today? Friday. You were cursing out Spectrum? No, at this point, this time it wasn't their issue. It was my problem. Bill wasn't me. It was totally me. That was totally me. Jeez Louise. Anyway, so let's get to the next part. Now I'm concerned that one guy is upset that I haven't done the GTS for Smoke Eye Hill yet. We'll get there. What should I taste? What should I taste next? We're gonna do a poll without a poll. Jack Daniel's got this. It's a twice barreled Tennessee rye whiskey. It's brand new. Twice barreled Tennessee straight rye whiskey, 107 proof. Squeaky chair. The new Larceny B524 barrel proof. A Still Austin cask strength. I've never even tasted Still Austin before. Should I try that? Or the Junkies E.H. Taylor pick, or the Junkies Spirit Walker 2. The Evernorth Spirit Walker 2, their E.H. Taylor pick, Jack Daniel's twice barreled rye, Still Austin or Larceny, B524. So many options. Let me know. Larceny, JD. Yeah, hit the like button again. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, Mark. You're my hero, Mark. It was nice to see you. It was nice to see you a couple weeks ago. You didn't think I'd know who you were. Wrong. So wrong. That's wrong with a heavy G on the end. Wrong. JD, larceny. Old man Joe's visiting Adriana. Adriana, lock your door. Joe is coming. If we put it in a song, it doesn't sound very mean. That's a joke. Joe's the best. Just poured Still Austin cask strength. Still Austin. Try Still Austin. Okay, you know what? I'm not going any further. We'll do the Still Austin first and then Spirit Walker. Still Austin, then Spirit Walker. I've heard such great things about Still Austin, and I've never had it. I don't think I've ever had it. Not even a sip, a taste, not even a smell, not even a taste. That is an inside joke between me and my wife. We watched a show, and by we, I mean she forced me to watch a show called Gypsy Sisters. America. And during that show, one of the girls was like, I just want to taste. So it's just an inside joke. It's not that funny. It's not even funny when I say it to her. But I still do it. Oh, that's had whiskey in it. Put it down there by my feet. Oh, here's a clean Glen. Oh, shoot. Add that to the foot fund. Oh, that came out fast and furious. All right, I'm not a fan of Texas whiskey. Let's just start with that. But Still Austin, cask strength bourbon whiskey, 58% alcohol by volume, is from Texas. I do love the label. That is beautiful. It's beautiful. And I like it. I like it because it's beautiful. Still Austin cask strength bourbon whiskey. To create this robust bourbon, we asked our master blender, Nancy the Nose Fraley, to search through our barrels of straight bourbon and select the most complex and full flavored ones, those that were begging to be blended and released at barrel proof, meaning the whiskey was bottled at the same proof at which it was aged. The resulting spirit is a masterpiece of complex, dark flavors with a deep spice finish. Aged at least 2 years. Damn! It's got a 2-year age statement on it, and it's that color. That's wild. I also got a Bernheim barrel proof. I was gonna shoot a whiskey haul video. Now there's no need. I'll still do it though. Oh, phone story. We'll get there in a second. On the nose, this does not smell like a traditional Texas whiskey. There is a hint of it, but not like in a bad, it's in a good way. There's like this, almost like a maple syrup, charry maple syrup, smoky maple syrup note on the nose. That smells like a smoked breakfast. Yeah. That smells like breakfast over a campfire. Yep. Crawl out of your tent. You've got friggin' tent breath and tent back. And you can barely stand up because you have tent back. Then you like crack it and you're like, oh. And then you find your way to the fire. And luckily, one of your friends who slept in a different tent, not the same tent as you, he would never. You guys didn't sleep in the same tent. He totally slept in a different tent. Totally slept in a different tent. He already has breakfast going for you. Because he really appreciated the way that you're just friends. You're just friends, and you slept in different tents, and he made you breakfast over the campfire, and that's what that smells like. Like a good friend who slept in a different tent while camping made you breakfast over a campfire. It smells good. Oh, wow. That's the best Texas whiskey I've ever had. It's syrupy and mapley and sausagey. It's got like the meaty spice, like a breakfast sausage spice, with all the sweetness of a delicious syrup. It's got a little bit of a bite to it, but not a lot. You can tell there's a bit of craftiness to it, like a bit of youthfulness to it, but in a way that's not like detracting from the flavor. It's not like that makes it worse. It's like that's what makes it unique. This is a very unique thing. I do like it. Oh, that's what I love about craft distilleries or small distilleries or like places that aren't booming with like all the attention, that's actually putting out quality stuff that's different and good. And that's what this is. It's different and good. Different tents though. Totally different tents. They weren't even next to each other. There's a little bit of ink, like a little bit of, not a Sharpie marker, but like if you were, when the old people like used to dip their thing in ink, like before they put the ink in the pen, they had to dip it in there. It's like an alcoholic version of ink, but in a good way. I do like that. That is awesomely different. So I wonder what makes Still Austin different than other Texas whiskeys. What are they doing different? That's what I want to know, because I like it a lot. Tony McDonald's 81 and 85 are magnificently, magically marvelous. That being said, Stag Lee is blowing the socks off. At Barrel King, they're having their way. They rule. The Stag Lee is super sweet and super... It is awesome. I'm glad that you like my blends as well. But yeah, Stag Lee is super, super good. It's funny, like, the more people who... It's weird because, like, Barrel King is... People get turned off by the membership of it, which I totally get, because it's like, oh, another membership, like another monthly thing. But at the same time, the quality whiskeys that you get every month, they speak for themselves, and I think that it is... I just keep hearing such positive feedback. And it's not only on stuff that I've put together, but everything else that their team does there. It's all ridiculously good. And I get a little bit of flack in my videos, like, oh, I don't take you seriously anymore. Which is fine. I'll take a little bit of flack, because I would rather turn off 5 people to my channel and turn on 5 people to Barrel King than not do videos. Because the people who join the Barrel King Gold membership and get those bottles, they're extremely happy. The people who bitch and complain about me putting out a Barrel King video every month will be unhappy and crybabies no matter what. And I offered them a tissue, a generic one, single ply, really rough. They denied it. It's all right, use your sleeve. Use your sleeve. John Cloud, cheers. Matt, taking a break at work to catch the live. How did the Smoke Eye Hill hold up? We're not there yet. We're sipping on a little bit of the Still Austin cask strength, which I really enjoy. I think it's an awesome pour, especially for being super young and from Texas. I do like that a lot. Different tents though, you know what I mean? Did you pitch your tent on a slope and you rolled over on top of somebody accidentally? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never happened. It's weird because it has a slight double oaked note that I... Do you hear that? Car backfiring off the rev limiter. Whoever they were racing, hopefully they beat them. It has a tinge of the double oaked note, but for being 2 years old minimum, super solid. The problem is, this is the problem. What happens when it gets older? Like, does like the barrel take over in that Austin heat and like make it worse? Is that its peak form, 2 years old? I don't know. Also wondering if Texas has ever considered using gigantic barrels to like help slow the aging process down. I don't know. Maybe that's something to look at. Brian, I can send you a flight of their different bottle and bond releases. Yeah, when you send me a bottle of President's Choice, you jerk. That's a joke. He tried to buy me one. He tried so hard. Crown Royal Single Malt? I have not tried. Sean Holtgrave, wait, should we be taking this seriously? No. Never. Phone Story, we'll get there. Camping is intense, Eric. Scrolling. Okay. Hey, Darrell's here. What's up, Darrell? Cheers, buddy. Cheers, buddy. As Shook would call you, I call you brother. Cheers, brother. JD Taster? Nah. I think we should get to the main event. Then, if there's time, maybe the Evernorth Spirit Walker. That's also Amberana, a little bit of it. So we'll do the Jack Daniels twice barreled next week. We'll do that next week. I'll set it aside for next week in my designated next week area, which I obviously have. Not just push stuff aside. Next week. Still Austin, like it. Your hair and beard is extra red tonight. I don't know. I took my camera with me on vacation. Phone Story coming soon. And now that I plugged it in and got everything, it's like I'm super bright today. And I'm not sure what settings I've changed. Don't know. But it's definitely different. I apologize for my gingerness. America. George T. Stagg. A couple Jeremy Sayers whiskey glasses. You know what? Recork, rethink, and reduce, reuse, and recycle. Smoke Eye Hill won the Ascots for Best in Show, Best Whiskey in Show. So I had to buy a bottle to see what's up with that. I did not get a sample of Smoke Eye Hill in my judging kit. I did not get a sample of Smoke Eye Hill. I got a sample of GTS, which I really, really enjoyed, blind, but I did not get a sample of Smoke Eye Hill. So I did not score it. So tonight, I want to see if Smoke Eye Hill is even comparable, because I've never had it. I don't know anything about it other than what I've learned. What do you call it when you have somebody distill whiskey for you? It's from MGP. It's their own custom mash bill. It's like between 5 and 7 years old. Oh, distill craft. Oh, son of a bitch. Contract distilled. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for helping out my brain. America. My brain's bad. It's a bad brain. That's GTS 2023. 135 proof. George T. Stagg. Not the best George T. Stagg ever, but it's the only one I've ever owned. So it's that, you know. Smoke Eye Hill barrel proof is 130 31.4 proof. Between 5 and 7 years old, it's going to be a younger whiskey than the GTS for sure. For sure. 5 to 7 years, 2 sizes of barrels, all sorts of char levels. That's right. America. Ooh, it does have a heavier cork. It's got a heavier cork, so there's that. Listen to that. Like that's a heavy cork. It's like metal. Very heavy. All right. This is what we'll do. Put the lid back on that. Long ago in the Old West, the moonshiners of Smoky Hill hung bells on roaming mules to warn of lawmen rounding the bend. Where's this headed? Let's find out. Prohibition is over and the bells are long gone, but we are still doing the story name proud. Made from a proprietary mash of heirloom blue corn, yellow corn rye, and malted barley, Smoky Hill bourbon is full of flavor and character. A wild new whiskey for this wild old land. I feel like I missed a part of the story. Long ago in the Old West, the moonshiners of Smoky Hill hung bells on roaming mules to warn of lawmen rounding the bend. These days, prohibition is over. Hung bells. I don't know. I guess the stopper could be a bell because it's so heavy in metal. Heavy metal. Colorado brand. Definitely a Colorado brand. Colorado brand. Colorado Springs. Barreled, aged, and bottled by Hazelwood Spirits Company, Colorado Springs, Colorado. So, it says aged. So that means that they must have got... It also says barreled. So that means that they got their contract distillate, their, 4-grain distillate, from MGP, and they barreled it in Colorado Springs, then they aged it there for 5 to 7 years. How does one receive whiskey without it being barreled? Do they get it in like a tanker truck or like in totes or something? Possibly. It's the only way I can think of it. Cell phone story coming up. Spinning the Julie like wheel of confusion so confusingly. Does anybody know which one is which anymore? No. Neither do I. That is the point of the Julie like wheel of confusion, so that nobody knows, including me, which glass is which. Because if I knew, it would take the fun out of the blind. I have a feeling, though, that when I do smell them, I will know which one is which immediately. Will I know which one is better immediately? Probably yes. Now let's grab the glasses and do our best. Got them both. Julie, like wheel of confusion, thank you for your service. All right, putting them down on my keyboard, on my computer. I'm going to let them sit for a second. The Smoky Hill just opened, so we'll give it some air. I'm going to tell you the cell phone story, and then... Did I fish when I was up north? Just for a minute. Just for a minute. Glasses ever fallen off? I don't remember. Maybe once? Maybe it was just a close call. I don't think so, though. Actually, yes. I think it did happen once. There was a video where I wanted to do like a head-to-head or something. Then I put them on the wheel of confusion. I think this happened. If this did not happen, then I'm just crazy. But I think one of them fell off. And then I changed the video, made a video into something else. Because I couldn't do it anymore. I think that happened. Totes of new make, probably. Yeah, that's probably it. Shout out to Colorado Springs. It's from 13th century. No shit. Oh, really? It's this? Oops, there was a glass. Oh, is it the same as this? Is it this? That's the rye or is this the bourbon? That's the rye. I've got the bourbon though. Oh, it's right there. No shit. Is it the same as 13th Colony? Or 13th Century, I mean? Oh. That was the sound of my stool almost collapsing. Is it the same as this? This is 141.4 proof. Barreled in rare 30-gallon casks, 13th century. This is the one that your whole hand can fit in, if you're into that kind of thing. Huh. I might have to taste this against the Smoky Hill. That seems safe, right? Just putting it right in there? No? Probably not a good idea. Cell phone story. Wednesday, bowling league. Bowling league Wednesday. I went with Carissa and the kids. I bowled league with Carissa. We have a couple teammates who we bowl with. It's summer league, non-sanctioned sort of thing, whatever. It took me a while to get my skills up on freshly oiled lanes because it's different, but I eventually got there. Now we're bowling okay. On this Wednesday, I bowled pretty poorly, just back from vacation. But there was one ball that I threw good all night. They have what's called a strike pot. So every week, people put money into like a pot. It's like gambling, except for bowling. And you say, I'll put $10 and you get a ticket, like a 50-50 raffle, sort of. And then they choose a ticket. It's $1 per ticket. They pull a ticket out of a hat, and if you have that ticket, if you have that number, you get to bowl. And if you bowl a strike, you win the pot. If you do not bowl a strike, then it rolls over to the next week. And we're in week 11, I think. This was week 11 of 13 for the Summer League bowling. And when we were gone, I was like, somebody probably won while we were gone on vacation. Turns out nobody did. Anyway, this is about a cell phone. Bowling very poorly, very bad. But nobody has won all season. Nobody has won all year. So we're in week 11 and nobody has won. So every week people are spending more and more money on these tickets because the pot's getting bigger. So anyway, me and Carissa each get 10 tickets. So we've spent $20 for the chance to win the pot, which turns out to be $1,300 and some dollars. A lot of money. We get to the point during the second game of the 3-game series, and they're like, strike pot, so everybody stops bowling, and then they go up there and they pull the number out of the hat, and the number out of the hat was the number that I had on my ticket for the first time ever, and I was like, that's me. So everybody in the bowling alley, 12 lanes of people, like probably 50 people or so, they're like yelling at me like, you're going to do poorly. You're going to do so bad. You're not a very good bowler. You're not very good at bowling. That sort of thing. They're yelling at me. They're like, you suck. I'm like, I know. They're like, your butt crack's hanging out. And I'm like, definitely, for sure. That sort of thing. Anyway, the best ball I bowled all night. Just let it off my 2 fingers. Just like, oh man. It went right through the arrows the way I wanted it to. Just cuts the corner perfectly. Just right into the pocket. Strike. That wins $1,300. Boom, bitches. Boom, that's me. It's totally me. Everybody was all like, boo. And then when it struck, everyone was like, yay, good job, you know. They went from trying to make me miss to being happy that I won. So, this is still about a phone. I get the payout, and then I love the kids who work at the bowling alley. They're good kids. They're high schoolers, and like, I didn't deserve any money. It's not like I did anything to deserve money. So I split the pot between me and then the high school workers who are working there. So we split it. I was like, you guys take half and I'll take half. So we split the money. And then I finished bowling poorly for the evening. And then I fill up my bowling bag with my bowling balls and realize that my phone is not in my pocket. And then I remember that my phone was in my bowling bag. Son of a bitch. I just threw my balls in my bowling bag, And I take my phone out, and it's broken. I threw a bowling ball on my phone in my bowling bag, which costs $1,300 to replace the next morning. Son of a bitch. That's my bowling ball story. Or my phone story. It was a whole thing. It was a whole process to get a new phone. Nothing I was very happy about. I had to pay more than what was expected because I got it locally and they said they had a phone in stock, but they didn't have a phone in stock. Then I went there and they're like, we don't have it in stock. We're saving that phone for a different customer. That's why I said it was in stock. So you've got to get a different phone, but since you can't order that phone online anymore, since you already upgraded your phone online, which you can't do because that phone's unavailable, you have to pay all of our fees because we're not like an Verizon authorized dealer. We're like a third-party dealer, so you got to give us $150 on top of the charge that we're going to charge you anyway, which I wasn't very happy about. And then I brought the phone home thinking I could sync my contacts and all my information between the two phones, but because I dropped the bowling ball on the original phone, the screen no longer functions like it did while I was at the cell phone center. It's broke, and only this much of the screen works. So I can't transfer anything, which also leads me to this. I don't have any contacts on my phone for anybody at all. So if you are out there and you have my cell phone number and you text or call once in a while, send me a text message. Say, hey, this is Bill Kavanaugh. You know what I mean? Or hey, this is whoever. So that I have your number again. I'm going to have to get my phone fixed though, because I've got so much stuff on there. And I can't even plug it, I can't even take the files off of it because I can't unlock it. It won't let me unlock it. So it's either bring my phone in and let them do it or get it fixed. That's just a stupid whole thing. It's been you don't realize how much you depend on your phone until your phone is fudged. Then you're like, wow, there was a lot of stuff on there. And that was the end of the story. Was it bowling or bullying? It was bowling and then bullying and then everyone was happy. At least had 650. I know, right? That's the thing. That was funny because the next day we did a makeup game for like a week we were gone. And I was like, you think I should go ask the kids for that money back since I fucked my phone up? Do you think that they'd be upset if I was like, hey, you know that money we split last night? I'm gonna need that back because Broski messed his phone ski up. That's Smoke Eye Hill. That's GTS. Cherries, vanilla, oak, amazingness. Smoke Eye Hill is the reason I did them side by side is because at the end, some judges had to taste these and then decide which one was better. This glass, I'll call this glass 2, and this glass 1. Glass 2 is dusty. Dusty and ethanol forward. I wouldn't call it youthful to its face, but since I'm talking to you, I'd say it's a bit youthful. Oh man, sawdust is a note that comes to my mind. Like immediately, sawdust. That's what that is. Sawdust. But I haven't tasted it yet. I have no idea what this tastes like. But it's a sawdusty, youthful, bright. There's not a lot of dark, deep notes coming out of here. Not a lot of fruity notes. It's a lot of like you're working at a sawmill kind of deal. It's a sawmill whiskey. All right, let's go for a taste. Glass 2 down the hatch. Okay. The sawdust note continues. It's like a dusty corn sawdust. A very alcohol forward, dusty sawdust corn. I don't hate it. Man, I would put that closer, as far as age goes, I would put it closer to 5 than 7. Second sip is a bit more candy, a bit more like a hard candy caramel. But the predominant note that takes over is that sawdust. It's a bit brash, a bit sawdusty, and then like there is a caramel in there, almost like almost maybe there's like a cappuccino powder as well. But it's not like a complex pour. It's not like doing twists and turns. It's not overly oily. It's not like making you sit back in your stool, almost breaking it, and go, wow. It is definitely high proof and definitely like a kick to the back of your mouth. The dangler. It's a kick to the dangler, but it's not anything that makes me say like whiskey of the year stuff. This is a bummer. How much was that bottle? How much did I pay for that? I want to find out. I want to see if I paid more for that or my GTS this year. Let's take a peek. Let's see. Spirits Network is where I got it. SpiritsNetwork.com. Yes, I'm over 21. Obviously, look at my friggin' face. Where's the shop feature? Store? It's asking me if I'm over 21 again. Yep, still over 21. Category. American whiskey, bourbon. They have a Ben Holiday Rickhouse proof. Load more. I'm trying to find it. We're going to get there. Frank August, super sleek looking bottle. Load more. Damn it, where is it? Could I have searched for it to make it easier? Probably. Kentucky Owl Batch 11. Weird. They probably don't have most of the stuff in stock, I'm guessing. Oh, it's in alphabetical order. QRS. Here it is. Smoky Hills Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Oh, it was only $90. Okay, so I paid $1.99 for my GTS, and this was $90 plus shipping. So that's not... All right. $90 for that bottle. Is it a regret? No. It's something different. Oh. It's a unique mash bill. I think it's a bit youthful. It's not something that is super complex yet, but... And guess what? I don't even know if it's the case yet. I haven't even checked the label yet. For your foam bowling bag fiasco fund? No need for that. You're welcome. Thank you very much, though. Yeah. It's a bummer, though, because like all of everything I've done on my old phone, I have so much stuff on there that I need for work. Like all of my thumbnail stuff and all those apps that I have saved. Every single thing that I've done over the past 2 days for the channel or for work or for anything, I'm like, oh, I don't have access to that. So I need to get that phone fixed so that I can make some changes or something. I don't know. It's one of those things that has so much irony that you can't laugh it off. Oh, totally. It is funny. Except for when they were like, you don't We don't have that phone in stock, but we have another one in stock. But since you can't order it online anymore, yeah, we're going to charge you extra. That was a real pain in the bitch. So I I judged the I judged the GTS for the Ascots. I did not judge the Smoke Hill. I'm wondering if the people who judged the Smoke Hill didn't judge the GTS. But to get to the bare bones, the finals, to put these two next to each other and give the nod to the Smoke Hill is weird. I don't. It's hard to say like if palate fatigue would play a role, or I don't have any. I don't know, but with I mean I've tasted a lot of high proof stuff this evening. To get to this point, to putting them side by side, if these two were in a blind of, I don't know, several whiskeys, I don't see any way that I could put the Smoke Hill barrel proof above this GTS. If this is GTS. Yeah, it's GTS. I nailed it. Friggin' nailed it. Matt, that's why you didn't answer my text. Marty, which one did you send? Were you the one who sent me the text about asking if I was going to Pours in the Park? Was that you? Because I was going to say, don't know who you are right now. That could be it. Thrasher, what are you talking about? Okay, so was that you? Damn it, I don't know who's who. I'm slowly figuring out who's texting me without asking, but there was one who I did not know. I wish they had meant a cloud. Dude, that's the problem, Joe, is they do obviously have a cloud. I know what you're saying. But there's a Samsung cloud, a Verizon cloud, and a Google cloud. There's 3. I have 3 different Google addresses. I have 2 different Samsung addresses, Microsoft addresses. I don't even, like, that's the problem, is that like nothing is synced up because I don't know which, like, how I was signed in on my old phone. That was a problem. And I can't check. Get on the cloud. Yes, I know. It's an Android. Yes, for sure. Screen replacement is cheap. Well, it's not the glass, it's the inside. It's the glass isn't even broken or scratched or anything. It's the inside of it. I guess that would be the screen, wouldn't it? Sounds like you just switched to a Pixel. I think I had the same problem with the Pixel. Is Smoke Hill obtainable or not? Is it still available on that website? I didn't even look. Yeah. The Smoke Hill Straight Bourbon Whiskey, $90. You can add it to the cart. That's yeah, spiritsnetwork.com. You can buy it from there. It says it's 132 proof. Which one was mine? Mine was 131.4. So I don't know what batch they got. I don't know if what they got was different. It's hard to say. The contacts are all synced. So I feel like when I switched phones the last time, my contacts synced immediately. But there's this thing with Samsung's called Smart Sync, where you plug the 2 phones into each other, and then like they sync. I thought for sure that I could get my contacts from one of my old accounts, whether it be Samsung or Google, and they just did not work. I've been spending 2 days on it. Describe what youth smells like, as well as what youth tastes like. Grain. grain and farm and dustiness and sawdusty. It's like, I don't. It's hard to really describe, but once you know it, you know it. It's almost like the dusty note that you taste in like old whiskeys that were bottled in the 80s. There's this thing called the dusty note that people say, but you don't know what that means until you taste it. A youthful note just means something that hasn't been matured in a barrel long enough to like get these deeper, darker flavors. Um, they're like brighter, shinier. Uh, the longer it ages, the more like you get this thick, dark fruit, barrel char, like a deep vanilla, like a dark vanilla nose and flavor. When it hasn't been in a barrel for very long, it's almost like green lumber, sawdust, um, fresh grain, fresh corn, but not fresh corn, more like you can just tell. It's it's like an outdoors and indoors type of experience. Younger whiskey is like an outdoorsy smell where it's like fresh and bright and shiny and like refreshing air. But when you smell it in the whiskey, it's not quite refreshing. It's like it kind of bites you. Older whiskey is like an indoor smell. And the deeper you get indoors, the darker the smell. I'm happy with that explanation. If you're not, that's on me. I mean you, but definitely me. Granular on that smoke eye. Hey, Cameron made it. That Baptist bourbon shit was good, okay? Really good. Unfortunately, nobody can buy it. Apparently. I'm glad Cameron made it. 11 minutes ago? How the hell am I that far behind? Son of a bitch. What? Oh. Sean, just want to jump in really fast between my son yelling at me that he thinks Cam is the slowest single barrel picker in the world to let you know that I love you. I love you too, Sean. And thank you for letting me pick barrels and thank you for being amazing. Dan and Sean, Bourbon Junkies, Evernorth Spirits. I owe this entire channel to them and I love them with all of my enlarged heart. Borderline enlarged heart. Would you say it gives GTS a run for its money, or it's not a comparison? It's not. There's no like as soon as I smelled them, it's there's literally no comparison. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest. Like there are things that we love about bourbon, and there are things that like I'm not saying that this is a bad whiskey at all. But George T. Stagg is some of the best bourbon that they produce from one of the most sought after distilleries. Like George T. Stagg is George T. Stagg, and it's sought after for a reason. Putting them side by side, it makes shit very clear which one is the crazy sought after bourbon for a reason, and which one is 5 to 7 year old, like the new kid on the block. Like there's no comparison. It's like smelling two different things. And what it's lacking in age and complexity, it doesn't make up in any sort of way. Like it's fine. It's fine. Oh wow, a lot of cinnamon that time. That sip was full of cinnamon. But yeah, there's really no comparison. For the money, Smoke Hill is great. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's different. It's very different, and a different experience is worth money. Like, if every whiskey you try tasted exactly the same, then I'm sorry, I just read my mom's message. Yeah, Mom, I do have an old phone with contacts, but it doesn't work. It's broken. The screen doesn't work. I threw a bowling ball on it. It's a 14-pound hazmat bowling ball right on the side of it. If Adriana, if you were saying what youth smelled and tasted like, you nailed it. That's exactly it. Bright and grainy. Prideful Goat, 15-year batch. Dude, the Prideful Goat bourbons are really, really, really good. Really damn good. Yeah, Adriana says, I adore Knob Creek, but I never say it competes with GTS. There are like Jim Beam distillates that will get to that point, but they have to be in the same category. Like you never, I don't know. They're just completely different whiskeys. But whoever judged them liked that profile more. But I would bet that the viewers on this channel, people who like enjoy what I enjoy, would not enjoy that more. No, Brad, an older phone. Well, there isn't, like, maybe somewhere, but I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. By the way, Mom, I don't have your number either. It's gone. She gone. I'll have to ask Carissa for your number because I don't have that right now. If I had to guess, I would get it wrong, but I don't have it. I got extra interested in finding a Prideful Goat 15 when someone told me it was 15-year-old Heaven Hill. Yeah, that's what they say. It's weird because a lot of that mash bill is Jim Beam, but they swear that there's this Heaven Hill. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's what I understand as well. And there's the Prideful Goat bourbons, super, super good. All right, that's gonna do it for this tasting tonight. I was gonna do this. Somebody in one of my videos commented the Jack Daniel's 12 verse 12 today. They said that, how did it go? Where's my new stupid phone? That's better than my old one, but doesn't have the stuff I need. Where is it? Oh, I got a text message. It's me, Thrasher. Nice. Beaujolais, Beaujolais, which is red, can have a banana note. Maybe the red wine note you get is a Beaujolais wine note, which is also banana. Basically saying that maybe the red wine note that I pick up off of the Jack Daniels, which I think that some people think is a banana note, but I pick up as a red wine note, came from a Beaujolais red wine. So I went out and I picked up a bottle of Beaujolais. I don't know how to say the word. Beaujolais. I picked up a bottle of it to see if this tastes like the red wine note that I get on Jack Daniels. Unfortunately, I cannot find our wine corkscrew. And I looked for a good 3 minutes before we started the stream. It was probably longer than that. But I can't find our corkscrew, so I couldn't do that tonight, but I wanted to. Beaujolais. 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 Oh, you guys got it different. We got a Beaujolais, a Beaujolais, a Beaujolais, and a Beaujolais. and a bozale. All of you are different. Oh, so I was different too. Yeah. So the cleaver on the floor? I can't open the bottle with a cleaver, Dylan. Don't you have a multi-tool? Did you see? Did you did you see what I showed earlier? My mess? Do I have a multi-tool? Yeah. Could I find it? Not a chance. Sounds like a bougie lay to me. Boom. Adriana with the bougie lay comment. Put it in a shoe and bang it on the floor. Sean, no. Bozole. Just push it in the bottle, bro. Borguis. Ask Google to pronounce it. How do I ask Google to pronounce it without pronouncing it myself? I don't understand only having one wine opener. EJ, they're so... Cleaver can easily chop the top off the Bosch. Dylan, but then there's still... If I chop the... You mean the cut through the glass? You mean break the glass? No, not happening, Dylan. Put it in translate under French and click on the mic icon. Dylan, another Dylan with a bad idea. Tomato. That's right. Kathy Law, important. Hey, Matt. Kathy, what's up? By the way, I have 4 boxes that I still need to send out for past winners from giveaways. Those are going to go out between now and next Thursday. Because next Friday I have a giveaway planned, which I picked up an extra. Jeez, Matt. An extra Stag 23C, which will be given away next week. And also a batch 85 Wheatish Fish Barrel King that I want to give away as well. I have an extra one of those. So 2 bottle giveaways next live stream, next Friday. But I've told myself several times that I'm not going to do another giveaway until all the past giveaways that I owe people are sent out, because that's just not okay to do, which has been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So I'm going to get those boxes out this week so that we can do a giveaway next week. A couple good bottles, and we'll see if anything else I can come up with at the time, because it's been a while and I owe it to y'all. Type it in, pronounce, then your word. Joe, what? There's a video for you. Just set up the camera in the porta garage and film you cleaning and organizing. Travis, that would be the longest video, even if I sped it up. Prozac, are you allowed to say how long your Whiskey King 3 was finished in Stag Barrels? Been curious after I finally opened it. I don't know exactly. Going back to that one, if I had my old phone, I can go back on text messages with Jared. They're not like super long finishes in those barrels. It's hard to believe, but the whiskey you put into those used barrels, they take on a flavor of those barrels really quick. And I know it doesn't make sense. And I thought the same thing. I was like, there's no way that you can put whiskey in a barrel for a couple weeks and then it will change the flavor. Wrong. It changes the flavor actually rapidly. So when it's almost done, it's tasted on a day-to-day basis, where it's like, do we pull it now? That was the conversation I had with Jared, was like, do we pull it now or do we wait? Like, because he was overnighting samples. So it's like, at this point, like, do we pull it and bottle it, or do we wait? Because at some point it's overdone. So it seems weird, but it doesn't take a long time in those used barrels to have an influence on the flavor. And of course, you don't want to waste a whole barrel of whiskey making it bad. So I don't know the exact time frame on it, but they're never a super, super long time. What's the whiskey dirt talking about? Big Bang play baseball bat, but what the hell are we talking about? Next time you're in St. Louis, stop at IKEA and buy yourself some shelving. Sean, are you being rude? You're being, because for now it's holding together. Will it fall apart in the middle of the night? Possibly. But it's doing all right. If your ADHD doesn't kick in before now, next Friday, just open it on the next live stream. Which one is that? What are we talking about, Derek? Damn it. I already forgot what we were talking about. Oh, the Jack Daniels. Jeez Louise. Yeah, for sure. I'll open it. I'll find the thing. I'll open it because I want to taste this next to this. This Gentleman Jack has the most red wine influence. Like the flavor profile on this is the most red wine influence ever. So I want to see if it actually tastes like what I think it tastes like, or if I'm crazy. I might be crazy. I know I'm crazy, at least about some things. Good stream. Good stream. We'll finish it off with this. Oh, by the way, when you leave low elevation and you drive to high elevation, corks inside the bottles get like pressurized because the pressure outside is lower than it was when they put the cork back in it. So these are always fun to open. This is the Woodford Reserve Batch Proof 2024. I want to retaste it to make sure I'm not crazy before I review it, because I think that this sucks. Let's find out. We should get a good cork pop though. Shit. Terrible. We're gonna make up for it. No, we can't. Damn it. I have other whiskeys I brought back, but they're in a cooler over there, and I can't reach them from here. I don't know why that didn't, because usually it just goes with steam and smoke and stuff. All right. Does this suck as much as I thought it sucked? That's what we're tasting before I say goodnight. I tasted this on the last live stream 2 weeks ago. It was outdoors in Marquette, Michigan, sitting in front of Lake Superior, unhappy with this. The cork pop picked up really well on the mic. It was bad though. I'm telling you right now, it's terrible. Super terrible. Was BK91 your collaboration? No. So 81 and 85 have been blends of mine. I have the newest blend that I've been working on here. It's not quite completed yet, but it is very good. And I think that my newest Barrel King blend is, what's July? September? I think September will be my newest Barrel King blend. It's a work in progress, but it is, so far, love it. But the ones I've done so far, 81 and 85. Which proof? It is 121.2. 121.2. Yeah, maybe it opened up. I haven't tasted this since, so it's been open for 2 weeks. The nose is nice. It is like a light caramel, a little bit of nougat. It's like a Three Musketeers. Yeah, like a Three Musketeers bar. Man, that's bad. Dropping stuff. I'm gonna shoot a video for that. For the new Woodford Batch Proof. There's gonna be a video, but I think I have the last 2 years. I think I still have those. If I don't have the last 2 years, at least I have last year's. And I really enjoyed last year's. I really enjoyed the year before. This year's tastes like, I don't tell people not to buy stuff. Don't buy that. Don't buy it. It's 100 and what I pay, 169 plus tax. Do not. It is not, no. What in the world? It is so one note, flat, not viscous, terrible finish. It's nothing about that makes me happy, which sucks. No. No. Not even. I thought it was me the first time I tasted it. But I'm always willing to prove myself wrong. So, I think this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. And I think that it is deserving. Next Friday. What's next Friday? The 26th? I'm going to do a blind flight. It's a big barrel proof blind flight. Woodford Batch Proof will be in there. Smoke Eye Hill will be in there. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. George T. Stagg. And a couple more. Maybe Stagg 23C. Maybe a Jack Daniel. I don't know. I'm going to pick like 6 barrel proof whiskeys, including the Smoke Eye Hill and the Woodford Batch Proof. The Woodford Batch Proof I do not approve of. It's twice as much, almost, as the Smoke Eye Hill, and I think I like the Smoke Eye Hill more. But I'm going to put them in a flight next Friday with bottles that should do better, and we're going to do it. We're going to see if I'm crazy or if what I'm saying is the truth. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to look stupid because the people who make this, they deserve an honest review. And I wish that Woodford were better. And hopefully it does better than what I think it will do. Because I think it will do poorly and bad. Not good. All right, that's going to do it for this evening. Thank you, everybody, for joining and watching. Well, what, 2 hours and 10 minutes or so deep? Not bad. Not bad at all. We almost tasted Penelope Rio, but I poured it back when I realized that it was Amberana from the get-go. Then I poured back a Thomas H. Handy 2023 because I saw a partial label, which did not give me any info, but I did see a partial label and I felt like I had to pour it back because a blind is a blind. And a partial label is a partial label. So the first thing I tasted tonight was, it was that friggin' Parker's Heritage Wheat Whiskey, which I thought was 13th Colony Double Oaked. Gave it a very good score, or a great score. But I couldn't believe how dark that was. That was the darkest whiskey ever. So we did that. Did the Elijah Craig micro batch, and I felt that they weren't different enough to really say that one was better than the other. Like, really, to put it out there, I think it was a farce. A farce, you could say. What else did we taste? Oh boy, there was, the Still Austin cask strength. Really enjoyed that. For a 2-year cask strength bourbon, hells yeah. It's a Texas whiskey, and I don't know what happens after 2 years, but the cask strength version now, very good. And then the Smoke Hill versus GTS. My guess was as good as mine. Boom. And my guess was correct. The GTS just leaps and bounds better. Head and shoulders better. So much better. But that's going to do it for this evening. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all very much. Sorry for the lack of videos. There was one put out this week, which came out today. Please watch it. There will be a minimum of 2 next week, hopefully 3. We're getting back into the swing of things, back into just rolling and getting everything back on track. So thank you all for hanging in there, being the best that I could ever hope for. You are all amazing. Be on the Whiskey Mountains stream Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. She is having a live stream to fight Alzheimer's, giveaways, fundraising, Adriana, GFA. Be there. I'll be there, and I will be donating whatever I win in bowling this weekend, minus whatever I lose in phones. So she'll probably owe me money. Sorry. That's how the cookie crumbles. Love you guys. Have an awesome night. I'm out of here. See you next Friday